Why is everyone so angry? Sitting here again, waiting to go into work. I got some time, so I thought I'd come have a little conversation with y'all. And the other day I did a video about how angry people are, or I'm sorry, about how in a hurry people are. And it made me realize during that conversation how angry people are. And they really are. People are so angry nowadays. I don't know why I enjoy it, but I enjoy watching those Karen videos on YouTube and the cop videos. And people are so angry. And when did people decide it was okay to just go up on somebody else and hit them or smack their phone out of their hands? Everybody's recording everything, but when did that become okay? And it seems like even what I would consider non-angry normal people now seem to think it's okay to just infringe on somebody else's personal space, and it's just not okay. And excuse me, it's not a generational thing. I hear people my age, I'm going to be 64 in May, and I hear people my age say that it's the younger generation, whichever one that is. But I don't believe that. Like I said before, I have this little cashier job. I'm mostly in the gas kiosk, the fuel center. And I must say, I get ashamed of my own generation more often than I should. Because sometimes, and I get it, because I, have a different perspective and personality on things than I used to have. I used to be much more worried about what people thought, or I still worry about how people feel because I absorb that kind of stuff. But I get ashamed because they don't say please, they don't say thank you. I feel like the older generation, my generation, was raised saying those things and being kind and all that, and it seems to be gone. And it's not the younger generation who wasn't taught it. That's some of them, but it's also the older generation who knows better, and they're still either they're in a hurry or they're angry. It's those two things, and it really bothers me. I don't know why I enjoy. Do you enjoy watching those Karen videos and cop videos? And do you know why? If you do you know why? Because honestly, it gets on my nerves sometimes. All the screaming. There's like 5 people screaming, especially in the cop videos. There's like 5 people screaming at the same time. I can't figure out what they're saying a lot of the time. If it was in real life, I would just have to walk away. There's no way I would allow myself to get involved in something like that. Here at work, if somebody started treating me that way, I just would stop talking to them. I'd say, and I mean, that happens in those Karen videos sometimes, and the people don't go away. They just keep, like, they'll come over the counter at you or whatever. But I also feel like the victims sometimes make it worse by egging it on. Last night I watched one. It was at a fast food place, and the lady wanted her money back, and she's screaming at the top of her lungs, same thing over and over and over and over and over. And the people, the cashier and the workers, were screaming back, and she wanted her money finally, and they threw some money at her, and she wasn't enough money, so it was this big argument. But my point is that when she did start to walk away, they said something, and then she came back, and that happened 3 or 4 different times. And it's like, if they're walking away, let them walk away. You don't have to have the last word. And again, any age group does this. It's like, you have to have the last word. I saw another one where it was outside, and the guy had a dog and the lady had a dog, and their dogs weren't getting along, and so they were fighting about it. And it went on for a few minutes, and then the lady walks away, and the guy's like, yeah, get out of here. And immediately she turns around and she goes back, and it starts all over again. And then it happens again. And then if he walks away and she's like, yeah, I thought so. It's never going to end if you do that. You don't have to have the last word. Just let the idiot walk away and move on with your life. And both are videoing. I mean, I get it. It's not my first thought to grab my phone when I see something. I don't know if that's good or bad. Sometimes I wish it was my first thought, And then if it was my first thought, I'm old. And I mean, I understand technology a little, but I feel like it would take me too long to get it to be recording, and then I'd miss half of it anyway. But yeah, that's not my first thought. And I see a lot. Oh my gosh, in my job, sitting out here in the parking lot in the fuel center, I see so many things. And that would probably be an interesting video too, to talk about some of that. I'd have to write it down and know what to talk about. But you see so many things, and people, they get into it for the most ridiculous reasons, and then it escalates, and then nobody wants to walk away from it, and you just walk away from it. But anyway, I was thinking about that, the anger. I mean, the world, it's in, I know it's in the Bible, and it's going to happen, and I think it's here. The world, there's so much evil, and not just evil like murder and things like that, but lighter levels of evil, which is just anger in people. Sometimes you wonder if a person isn't possessed somehow by how they're acting or the way they sound or whatever. The world's getting more evil, and I'm not scared because I have Jesus in my heart, and I know that I'm saved. But I worry for a lot of people in humanity, because it's like it's in the air. They're so easily turned. Like they could be in a good mood, and like a snap of a finger, they're in a bad mood and they're yelling at somebody. And it's like you can see it in their eyes, you can hear it in their voice. It's so, I wonder if it's not just, they talk about principalities and powers, but it's also like in the air. Like there's just evil floating around and getting into people. Sometimes I feel that way. But I think I'm going to start doing these videos and call it like Boomer Rambling, because that's what I do. But I just observe. I guess I've always done that, but more so now. I have more time to do it now. But people, it's like there's still good people. There really is. There's a lot of good people in the world, and I interact with them all the time. I feel like it's just the balance of it is getting out of whack. Like there's getting to be just a little bit more negative than positive. And you don't have to be positive all the time, but there's ways of handling situations. But I got to get to work. I hope you have a wonderful day, and don't let anybody get you angry if you can help it. And if they do, take a deep breath and walk away, because it's not going to get better if everybody's yelling at each other. All right? Love you. Have a great day. Be sure to subscribe. Hit like if you enjoy. Have a great day.